Hello crew, welcome back to the Gaming Ocean TCG channel. Hope everyone's doing well. And in this video, we're unboxing one of Grandarchive's latest starter decks from their new Mortal Ambition set. Here we have Kongming, the Water Mage. Now Kongming is one of the newest champions in the Mortal Ambition set along with Jin, which we did unbox on the channel already. I'll put the link in the description down below. And we pulled one of the Jins in our Mortal Ambition booster box video, which you can all check that out as well. I'll put that link in the description down below. Very cool set, very fun set. Artwork is amazing. Grandarchive does a very good job with the artwork. But now we're going to dive into Kongming and have a little idea how it works with a mastery that she has, because we got to pull the Kongming in the booster box as well. And it looks like she plays around with directions. But we'll dive a little bit deeper into the starter deck and find out a little bit more. But before we get that far, don't forget to like and subscribe, share with others, and hit that notification bell button so you don't miss any TCG content or openings. Also, go and check out my online TCG store at gamingoceantcg.com, where you can pick up your very own Mortal Ambition starter deck right now. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Kongming starter deck, the Water Mage. So, just to state this, I didn't state it in the Jin video, but you do have a chance. And these are the starter decks I ordered for myself. They came a little damaged. We all can see that. The Jin one was as well. But you may have a chance to pull a CSR in these starter decks. May. I'm sure it's very rare, right? But you do still get a chance to pull one, which I think is very cool. Makes the starter decks a little bit more, approachable or want to get them, right? You might be able to pull the CSR. So, of course, the starter deck, you get, okay. The Jin didn't have this, but, because it's the Mastery Mage spell. We'll get into that here a little closer in a moment. Put that to the side. Your starter deck encased in plastic, sealed down, and of course your QR code to check out Grandarchive online. So I'll put that there. Of course, this comes in a generic plastic deck holder, which I'm totally fine with. I do state again that I do like that they went with the whole box this time instead of the cutout, because again, I had the Arisana starter deck and it poked out, and I guess in shipping it kind of got damaged a little bit in the corner. I'm just a strange picky person with my cards, but that's just who I am. But all right, here is the starter deck and the Water Mage. So we're going to start off with the Water Spirit. And I don't know where the CSR may be, but I wonder if it's just kind of like, instead of the, I'm sure it's going to be the level 3 version of the champion, but I wonder if it just replaces the regular version of the level 3 and you get the CSR instead. Or I wonder if you get both. I don't know. Let me just throw this on the floor here. Boom. All right. So here we go. Kongming. Now let's dive into this. Maybe get a little bit more perspective how Kongming works. We'll go through it. So we start with the Spirit of Water, which is your first starting champion. On enter, you draw 7 cards. Then we level up to our level 1 Kongming Wayward Maven. So on enter, you gain the Shifting Currents Mastery. So it's a new mechanic, and players can only have 1 mastery. The Shifting Currents Mastery has 4 modes: North, South, East, and West. Some cards benefit from certain directions of Shifting Currents. Starts in North direction. So you always start in North direction. Cool. So she starts with 19 health. That's your level 1. Then you level up to level 2 Kongming Ascetic Vice. These very pretty cards. So we'll stop falling. Kongming Lineage, right? And then on enter, Empower 3. Inherited effect. Whenever your Shifting Currents change from facing north to south, draw a card. So there's draw power with the level 2. And your level 3. And I didn't see a CSR, so I'm going to assume we didn't get one. I'm assuming it would replace this one. So our level 3 Kongming Fel Eidolon. She is the Special Element Terra, has Kongming Lineage. On enter, recover X, where X is the amount of Terra element cards in your banishment. Oh, that's cool. Recovery. And then whenever you activate a spell card, you may change the direction of your Shifting Currents to an adjacent direction of your choice. Nice. So that's your level 3. And of course, the Mastery is going to help you play through your deck. So that's that. And before we get to the rest of the material deck, because they always put the material deck on top, let's read the Mastery real quick. I'm going to check that out. So, Kongming bonus, Mastery Mage spell. So only Kongming, at the beginning of your end phase, you may change the direction of your Shifting Currents to a different direction of your choice. Okay, so towards the end, the directions are north, south, east, and west. Shifting Currents. All right. Oh, it has the arrow pointing upward. So north, west, south, and east. So this is going to help you, keep track of your directions, right? And if you noticed, some of the cards will have the effects of those currents because they have like the little symbols down here. So I'm going to assume that's north and that's south. Oh yeah, you can see the arrows. It may be hard to see, but yeah, I didn't notice that. In the bubble, I think it has the character for the direction, but also has the arrow pointing up, arrow pointing down. So the cards will tell you what direction you need to be pointing at for the effects to activate, right? So we'll go ahead and place this behind this as well. Now the rest of the material deck. Again, it is a starter deck. They sort of pretty similar when it comes to the artifacts, but the rest of the deck does pertain to revolving around the class of mages, depending on the champion. So we have Bauble of Abundance. If you banish the card, each player draws a card. So we got some draw power. Fan of 7 Depths. Ooh, this is different. On enter, you draw a card. Kongming bonus, so it's a new card. Banish the card. Change the direction of your shifting currents to a different direction of your choice. All right, so you have a card that allows you or helps you change directions. Life Essence Amulet. So whenever an ally you control dies while it's not your turn, you may banish this card. If you do, draw a card. Shard of Empowerment. Had a little dragon there. That's cool. It's a mage crystal. So banish this card. Empower 2. So that means the next spell card you activate this turn activates and resolves if your champion got +2 level. So it helps your champion gain levels. So there's that. Tariff Ring. Banish this card until end of turn. Players can't declare attacks unless they pay 2 for each attack declaration. Activate this ability only during an opponent's recollection phase. Ah, okay. Sweet Ambrosia, a cleric potion. So banish Sweet Ambrosia, recover 3. All right, that's pretty good. So you get a recovery. So on to our special elemental type cards. Terra. Coronal of Rejuvenation, a mage accessory. As an additional cost to materialize this card, banish a preserve card from your material deck. On enter, banish any amount of spell cards from your graveyard. And it has another ability down here. When you turn it, you may play a card banished by Coronal of Rejuvenation. Activate this ability only at slow speed. All right, so there is a restriction to it. Entrancing Filigree. On enter, as a spell, banish target non-champion object you don't control. On leave, return the banished object to the field under its owner's control rested. Oh, cool. So you just banish something as long as this card's still there. All right, so that is the material deck. All right. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards for material deck. Mastery doesn't count. It's just like a tool you can use. We'll put it on top. It looks really cool. Put it there. I'll put the starter deck in frame. Cool. Now let's go on to the 60 card main deck and let's see how they built the deck around Kongming and try to figure out how it works out. So we got Ardent Cloud Striker, Ally Warrior Human. Okay. On attack, if your shifting currents face west and Ardent Cloud Striker is attacking a champion, this attack gets +3 attack. Oh, that's very good. And boom, here's the arrow, and you can see the arrow is pointing to the left, which is west. So that's how you know the cards work around the shifting mastery ability. So we get 4 of those. This card's pretty decent, pretty good actually. Next, we got Formidable Yuxia. Hopefully I pronounced that right. No, the XIA is a different pronunciation. So Warrior Human Ally has Intercept, and as long as your shifting currents face east, Formidable Yuxia gets +2 health. Oh, nice. So we get 4 of those, all right. Harmonious Mantra, cleric/mage spell. It has also a current, so it looks like so far all the cards have current abilities. But if your shifting currents face north, recover 3 plus level instead. That's pretty good. It's a fast action too. 4 of those. Okay, so this mage deck got some healing. Heightened Spellcraft. Ooh. Empower 3, okay. And then class bonus, floating memory. So we got ways to level up your champion, which will affect like this recovery spell. That's pretty good. But this one doesn't have a shifting mastery or current mastery on it, so it doesn't matter what direction. We got Idle Thoughts. Seems like a very staple card. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and then put them back in any order. Floating memory, very good. Only 2 of them. Spirited Neophyte. Ally Mage Human. On attack, if your shifting currents face north, empower 2. All right. Got 4 of her. Wisdom's Reprise. So glimpse 3. And if your champion is level 3 or higher, draw a card into your memory. Nice. So draw power as well. 3 of those. All right, now we're heading into the water elements. These are all our normal cards. First water element card here is Cone of Frost. Mage spell. Class bonus. This card costs 1 less to activate. And all the effects are the same no matter what. If you're level 1, 3, 5, or higher. Deal 2 damage up to 1 target unit. Now, the only thing I don't know yet is if you're level 5 already, does that mean each one activates? Or do you just get one deal 2 damage? I need to find that out, and if y'all know, let me know in the comments down below how the mechanics works for this card. We get 3 of those. So we got some offensive spells there. Coriolis Ward. Action, mage spell reaction. Okay, so something defensive here. Prevent the next 1 plus level damage that will be dealt to target unit this turn. And if your shifting currents face west, draw a card into your memory. Draw power as well. Cool. For those, we got Hydro Guard Retainer. Allied Guardian Human. Has Taunt. It's kind of like Blocker in Digimon. Whenever your shifting currents change from facing north to west, draw a card. Alright, so draw power there. 3 of those. Rising Tides. Action mage spell. Class bonus and level 3 plus. Draw a card into your memory. And also floating memory. Very good. Floating memory is always very nice. 3 of those. Taiji of Crystal Stratagems. So whenever your shifting currents change from facing south to east, while Taiji of Crystal Stratagems is awake, you may rest it. When you do, as a spell, deal 3 damage to target champion you don't control. Okay, so some direct damage there. And then reservable. So while paying for your reserve cost, you may rest this object to pay for 1 of that cost. Nice. It has the little directions at the bottom as well. Okay, 4 of those. Here we got Tsunami of Nanyu. Action mage spell. Has efficiency, which means this card costs level less to activate. Level first to your champion's level. So it costs 5. If your champion's level 3, reduce it by 3, costs 2. Deal 2 damage to all rested allies. If your shifting currents face south, deal 3 damage to all rested allies you don't control instead. Very nice. So this is where you kind of want to plan ahead and where you want the shifting currents to be pointing to do certain things, right? It's a lot of thinking and planning. 3 of those. We got Water Barrier. Action, Cleric Mage spell reaction. Next time damage will be dealt to your champion this turn, prevent all but 1 of that damage. And class bonus, floating memory. So defensive spell here. 2 of those. Alright, that's all the water cards. Now we're heading into the Terra element cards. Devoted Bloomweaver. Very pretty. So it's an ally mage human. Has preserve. When this ally dies, put it into its owner's material deck preserved. As you materialize, you may instead return a preserved card to your hand. Nice. And in class bonus on insert and power 2, get 4 of those. Okay. Leeching Bolts. Action mage spell. Deal level damage to target unit and recover 2. Very cool. Class bonus. If Leeching Bolt is empowered, put it into its owner's material deck preserved. Oh, you can reuse it. Got 3 of those. Nice. Planar Abyss. This looks wild. Feels like an Earth Mage. Well, Terra, duh, right? Action Mage spell, class bonus, efficiency. And at the beginning of your next recollection phase, destroy all non-champion objects. And if your shifting currents face south, deal 10 damage to each champion you don't control. Yo, this is strong. Dude, just hit to level 3 real quick and just pop many of these. Wow. You only get 1 of them. Oh, I can see, maybe running 2 of these. Pretty strong. Now we get a Domain Mage Spire. Ruinous Pillars of Quaidao. Class bonus on enter and power 2. Draw a card. Whenever your shifting currents change from facing west to east, sacrifice Ruinous Pillars of Quaidao. When you do, destroy target non-champion object you don't control. Alright. Get 2 of those. And Terra Sight. It looks like each starter deck and element gets a sight. Action Mage spell has preserve and draw a card. Simple as that. Okay, cool. So you can reuse this as well. And 3 of those, and that's the last of the deck actually, of the Terra cards as well. So go ahead and place this down here. That wraps up the unboxing of Kongming's starter deck from Grandarchive's Mortal Ambition set. Now the one thing we didn't get to see here, let's go to the back of the starter deck. This has 5 stars, meaning this is not a beginner's type of a starter deck to try out. And I think only it's because of the decisions you need to make in this deck because of the current mastery. So my thoughts on the deck, I can see why this can be a very difficult deck to start out with because you need to really plan your decisions because it all depends on where that current is facing, right? South, east, west, or north. So there's a lot of cards that help you draw. There's a lot of cards that help you power up your levels. There's cards that help you power up your allies. And there's cards that help you deal damage and also prevent some damage, right? You also get to preserve some cards and you can also recover. And majority of the cards here revolve around the brand new mechanic, which is shifting currents. So you really need to plan out what you want to do that turn and possibly on your opponent's turn if you want to react to certain things. So I can see why it's difficult. You really want to be planning ahead and what you really want to do. Now the deck does have a lot of familiar effects, but they just revolve around the mechanics. So that's what makes it harder. I mean, a lot of decks have power-ups, draw power, level ups, dealing damage. So, but it all now revolves around the shifting currents. So this starter deck, you really gotta be on top of things. I think it goes for those who like to plan everything out. So if you are one of those type of people and do like difficult decks and are a seasoned player, this is the right starter deck to try out and get into Mortal Ambition. I personally try all types of decks, so I think this seems very fun to me. I like quirky mechanics and how they put you in certain situations, how you can overcome them. So I think it's going to be a very fun starter deck for me to try out as well. So I can't wait to dive into it. But overall, this is a very great starter deck in my opinion. What do y'all think about it? What do y'all think about Kongming as a champion and the new mastery mechanic? And what do y'all think about Mortal Ambition? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I hope y'all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, support the channel, join the crew for more TCG content and openings, and don't forget to check out my online TCG store at gamingoceantcg.com, where you can pick up your very own Mortal Ambition starter deck. And until next time, smooth sailing.